Yo, what's up, my NaruSaku peeps? And here we are with another week of the NaruSaku podcast. Woo! Woo!
Woo!
Ah,
I'm not feeling the love here. Do it one more time for me.
Woo!
Woo! Okay. I guess that's all the love I'm gonna give for now, so we'll just move on from that one. So how's everyone feeling after the whole week?
Very,
Very.
very mixed. And Lucky 7 here.
Very, very not buying into this hype. This is LK and I'm JH, also known as Steve.
I am just Transformers 3.
No opinion? Well, we'll
No
get to
opinion.
that later.
Yeah, we'll take it to that later.
So, chapter 698. Naruto and Sasuke.
And I think that Sasuke is a much better character now instead of Hinata because I think that she's a made-up piece of crap and that she needs to really get the fuck out of the way. This is a message brought to you and sponsored by James S. Cassidy.
Now you know.
So I'm gonna officially say on this podcast right now that I apologize. I am deeply sorry to all the Sasuke fans I have ever offended throughout this career of a podcast, because even though that my viewpoints of Sasuke have not really changed that much, I have learned to appreciate Sasuke a lot more. Because as much assholes that he has gotten, as much of the major flaws he has with this plot, Hinata's entire story and existence just makes Sasuke's story look like Shakespeare has written it himself. It makes it look like Hinata's story is the Twilight edition of Naruto. That's all I'm going to say. It is that bad. At least that's how I view it now.
Cue the angry Naruhina shippers.
Go fuck yourself now.
Get ready for the grenades.
I don't
Hey,
care.
comment.
I'm glad. Hey, you know what? If they are listening, if they are listening to it right now, guess what? Fuck you.
Hateful comment, hateful comment.
Fuck you. And by the way, if you're all gonna sit here and say that, well, you're just a NaruSaku fan and so pissed off about the new information from the movie, well, I'll tell you what. No, we're not.
Nope.
Okay?
Nope.
This
I'm
isn't
not.
even about the pairing wars anymore. This is far beyond that. But we'll get into that one later, because now we're going to discuss the chapter. That's right. Chapter, what is it, Steve?
698. Naruto and Sasuke Part 5.
Yeah, 698, also known as Brokeback Konoha. Starring the late Heath Ledger and the late Paul Walker.
Both as Naruto and Sasuke, respectively.
Indeed. This is the best chapter ever. Ha! Gay!
One thing I want to point out real quick before we get into this. I'm like, part 5? Okay.
Part
Like,
5.
Like, I'm just like, Kishi, did you take tips from Kubo? Like, Kubo, I need help with the
Oh god,
chapter.
what's the
And
next chapter gonna be? Part 6? Oh!
And this is the 5th time we've made that joke.
Yeah.
I know. We never thought it would be literal. We never thought that Kishimoto would actually listen to us. And, Naruto and Sasuke Part 5? Genius! Genius right there. I gotta write that one down. No, wait, Kishimoto, ready for this? Ready? Part 6. Oh, this is gold. Gold. God, this is the Hollywood logic here, people. This is how we make sequels.
Yeah. So
Either that, or we're gonna add either revolution, retaliation, or revenge,
or resurrection.
or resurrection, or resolution, or anything R word.
Yeah, anything with R, really.
And so this chapter starts off with where we left off last time, Sasuke about to punch the fuck out of Naruto and deliver the last blow. However, his Sharingan gives out and Naruto notices this. Meanwhile, the dark side of the Nine-Tails Fox remembers back into a flashback, as he remembers him saying, "How can you still be so confident when you couldn't even save Sasuke?" And the reply from Naruto, "Everything ends if I start doubting my own decisions. I'll deal with Sasuke, just watch me."
Don't make me headbutt you in the eye.
I know a couple of people got confused because they were like, wait a minute, wasn't that the other half of the QB? But I'm like, they're technically the same. I
They
mean,
share memories.
Yeah.
Yep. And in the next page over here, we got Naruto going, "Pow!" Right uppercut.
Shoryuken!
Going on
Uh,
X style.
and he sends
I like some pound cake.
and he sends Sasuke flying right into a wall. And then Sasuke goes over and over and over again. Just
Over
be
and
a good.
over and over, I fall for you. Over. Okay, go.
Just be a good boy and let me kill you. Okay, sure, why not?
Toby's a good boy. He died.
They all
And
die.
Naruto replies, "No way. I'm the one and only."
I am the one and only.
Those
Dun,
days.
dun, 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 dun.
How many songs are lyrics are in this chapter?
This is the musical podcast, all right? This is the NaruSaku podcast, the musical.
Yep.
Everyone has a no, I don't know.
So over on the next page, Sasuke charges up another Chidori, and inside the mindscape, the dark side of Ninetales talks to Naruto. "That was a great counter, kid. Looks like you didn't miss out on the fact that his powers have weakened. But then again, Sasuke must have realized the chakra I passed on to you was limited to fit your build." And Sasuke activates his Mangekyo Sharingan, combining this
Chidori.
the Chidori with... Yes, I know it's a Chidori, but I'm forgetting the other jutsu.
Amaterasu.
The Amaterasu. See?
It burns when I
Thanks for
pee.
Plus, he's resorting to the
Kagutsuchi.
Kagutsuchi. Got some resolution there, that one. He's preparing to finish it all with this attack. He's absorbed almost everything I gave back to you a while back. So what's left is all my chakra, and it's yours now. And when it's used, I'll be put to sleep. So use it wisely. Naruto.
Hold the others down.
So
I'm
use
sorry,
it...
boy.
Yeah.
So what he means is that we're just gonna clarify this. It doesn't mean that the Ninetales is dying. It's basically meaning he's gonna go into hibernation.
Pretty much. Yeah.
As he says, so use it wisely, Naruto. Don't let him take any more. And
Guessing that's him saying, "Don't worry, though. His Renegon's still in use, so he can still absorb and cast his jutsus at the same time." I'm gonna guess that's from Naruto, or
either that or he's just saying, being sarcastic. "Oh, don't worry, though. His Renegon's still new. He can still... Oh, wait, he still can't absorb jutsu and cast his jutsus."
It reminds me of Cowboy Bebop. I have to do this gently, so don't do it gently. She cranks up the music, you know? And she's like, "This is highly tough here. What's wrong, girl? Screw it up and we all die. So what?"
And so Naruto and Sasuke clash at each other, Naruto forming a Rasengan in the process. And the Ninetales flashes back once again, as he thinks here, one day I'll do something all... As he's reminded by Naruto saying, "One day I'll do something all about that hate in you." And then he says, "You really are a special one to me, kid. So I bet Sasuke thinks so too."
Give me a hug.
And we get extreme close-ups, and then their jutsus clash.
That's
In a really nice, in a really nice black and white page, I must say.
Oh, yeah.
The art in this chapter was really good.
Yeah.
And then a giant white ball of light, and that disintegrates both statues.
Does
What did
anybody
they
ever say "ow"?
Oh, and it evaporates the entire river too, including the waterfall.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think that's kind of cool because, like, at the end of the first fight, it was dark, and then this one it's light.
Yep.
So I point that out there.
And so then we cut to much later as Sasuke starts to wake up. And Naruto goes, "So you're awake now, huh?" And all Sasuke can reply is, "Ouch." And he looks down and Sasuke looks down and notices something, while Naruto says, "It's just as you see it. If we move too much, we'll bleed to death." And then they both just stare at each other for a while as Sasuke says, "Just look at you. Why do you insist on getting in my way? I fell into the darkness and gained powers to cut everything my way. It didn't matter who it was. I tried to cut down the ties with everyone I had around me. But you never thought of cutting ties with me. No matter what happened. Why do you care?" And he also thinks back here to...
Didn't Naruto already answer this question? Why do you
Pretty
care so
much.
much about me? Because you're my best friend.
Because you're my best friend. So he thinks back to Naruto when they last met. He says, I'm the only one that'll accept the hate in you. And then Naruto replies for the 9 millionth time, don't you know already? Look at you, talking so much now just because you can't move. Shut up and answer! And Naruto replies, it's because you're my friend.
Of course.
And Sasuke lampshades this. Well, you already said that, so what does that mean? And Naruto replies, well, if you want me to explain it, I'm not really sure how to put it. It's just that when I hear you blabbering about carrying everything on your shoulders, I can kind of feel the pain too.
Kishimoto, thank you. At least you understand that this is bullshit. And so you're saying, I don't really know why I want, these two are best friends, but just go with it, okay? I understand it's kind of a stretch, but just go with it. So,
Yeah.
so thank you for at least admitting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like in 93, it's 693. He kind of admits Sakura's feelings for Sasuke. Kind of makes no sense either. Like, yeah.
And we get a sort... wait, Lucky Chi, go on.
I was gonna say how in that panel we just see Sasuke like looking shocked, like, huh?
Yeah. One reaction shot from Sasuke as Naruto continues, it really hurts. There's just no way to ignore it. I can just ignore it. Well, then again, today I'm hurting all over, so there isn't much I can do. And he smiles, as Sasuke thinks back through another flashback. And as he monologues, Naruto, I knew that in the past you were always alone. Like me, the last Uchiha left, you were cast out. You acted like an idiot on purpose, so that people would scold you, because you wanted them to pay attention to you. At first I thought you weren't worth considering at all, that you were just a weakling playing around. But after seeing you do stupid things and get scolded every time, for some reason I started to keep my eyes on you. And a little note here, Naruto is messing up a bunch of bonsai trees and someone is yelling at him.
Kid, quit hammering my salad.
And Naruto is giving the Japanese sign for fuck you.
I think it's called an akebi.
Something like that.
Something like that.
When they pull the eyelid down and you pull the tongue out. I think it's called an akebi.
I don't know why. That kind of reminds me of something that Aang would do. I don't know. Or maybe it's just me.
And Sasuke continues monologuing. That time I also realized that your weakness had started to sink into me, too. I couldn't stop paying attention to you. When I saw you doing everything that you could to create bonds with others, it reminded me of my family.
Oh, great. So weakness is an STD.
Yep. And for some reason, I felt relieved. However, I also thought that it was a weakness. I trained hard to escape from that weakness, and to become stronger than my brother to take my revenge on him. But then you ended up in the same team as me, and I got reminded of my family again.
And we get a picture of Sakura flipping Naruto off, and Kakachi's like I ain't got no part of this.
And Naruto is
right there is supposed. This may be a stretch, but shuts down what the confusion with 693, even though it's still going on.
What's that? Are you saying that Sasuke sees Sakura like a sister?
Gasp.
What? Wait a minute. So all this time, everyone kept saying that NaruSaku is platonic. You could totally see it. Well, here's Sasuke saying that he saw his teammates like a family.
Right.
I was about to say a wife could be a family too. A spouse.
Yeah, a sister can be family too. What's your point?
Yeah.
Why we immediately so basically this is the mentality of the thing. No matter what you say, it always has to be parent related. It always has to be something. Oh, I see you all like my family, like a wife and kids. No.
Of course not.
Why would Sasuke? I mean, what? I mean, okay. Sasuke seeing Naruto like his wife, that's fine. But how is Sakura the kid?
Who knows? Maybe it's like when SpongeBob and Patrick started a family, and that fish couple thought, sponge plus starfish equals scallop? What the fuck?
All right, let's keep going.
So then Sasuke continues monologuing, and we get a couple of pictures in between them. One of them is him and Naruto leaping through trees, another is Naruto forming Shadow Clone Jutsu sign, and then another is him looking at the backs of Sakura, Naruto, and Kakashi, then looking at the back towards Naruto. Anyway, so he says, after clearing missions with you who wanted to become Hokage, I could feel clearly that we were both getting stronger. And then I realized that I wanted to fight with you. I started to see Team 7 somewhat like my family. That's why when I saw you suffer, I would feel pain too. Well, I understood your pain. For the first time, I considered you my comrade. But at the same time, I couldn't just let you become stronger.
Oh, Sasuke! I'm sorry. You could just hear the panties dropping. All the Sasuke fangirls, their panties are just dropping right now.
Yeah. All the yaoi fangirls, anyway.
I'll be your girl. Touch me.
Boy. But at the same time,
There goes half my fan base.
yeah.
We apologize to all the fangirls and yaoi fans.
Lord,
out
I
there.
apologize.
Okay.
But at the same time, I couldn't just let you become stronger. When I saw how strong you had become, And then he thinks back to the conversation that happened, I don't know, 5 hours ago. As Naruto says, I also knew that you were always alone too. I was relieved to see someone else like me. I felt kinda so happy. I kinda wanted to talk to you right away.
So we're getting a flashback and a flashback.
Pretty much.
Flashbackception.
As Naruto continues on here, but I didn't, because I was envious of your skills, and I decided you'd be my rival. You became my goal. For the first time, I had a bond.
A Bond? James Bond.
Ironically, he says, during our missions as Team 7, there's the ironic, I kept going after you because I wanted to become strong and cool like you. And now we flash back with Sasuke. As he continues his monologue, it's the opposite. I was the one envious of you. You had a kind of strength I was missing. You always walked in front of me, much like my brother used to. And today, too.
And you notice that Sasuke has not thought of Sakura once.
Or Kakashi, really.
Or Kakashi, or anybody else at Team 7. It's like one or two panels with Kakashi and Sakura in there, but his whole entire focus is strictly on Naruto. That's it.
Yep.
And then we get a shot of the sun rising over them. As on the next page we see the sun shining down on them. And they're asleep.
Worst birthday ever.
Yeah.
As Naruto sort of
It gets worse
wakes up
later.
here. As Naruto sort of wakes up here and says, where are we? Don't tell me it's heaven. And Sasuke just says, no, you idiot, we've slept until morning. And once again, you're still alive. And
You
Naruto
knew
just-
heaven was so brown.
As Naruto replies, shit, I still can't move. I wanted to punch you until you opened your eyes. Once and for all. And then Sasuke just silently chuckles. As it turns into laughter. And Naruto replies, oh, what? And Sasuke says, so you still want to fight in your condition? And Naruto just angrily replies, well, of course! I'm not giving up! And then Sasuke says, I'll admit it. I lost.
Thank you.
And the one time Sasuke is actually awesome.
Of course, Naruto doesn't take this news too well as he says, idiot! There aren't winners or losers in this fight! I'm just trying to punch reason into a friend that won't listen to me! The real fight is after that! And Sasuke just sighs.
See, they
Hey,
fight like a
Naruto.
married couple. Why don't you listen to me? Oh, shut up. I got a headache.
And Sasuke says, hey Naruto. Huh? I finally acknowledged you. If I die now, the destiny that, according to the sage, has bound to us so far will end too. That would be revolutionary too. You can just dissolve the eternal Tsukuyomi after I die by transplanting my left eye into Kakashi.
Sasuke, there's a little bit of an issue there, considering that in the movie you still have your Rinnegan, so I don't think.
Yeah. Oh my god. Does that mean that Kakashi's gonna get a Rinnegan? No, because the movie spoiled it.
Right.
Yep.
Thank you, movie.
Thanks.
I'd like to
Or
think
at
the
least
movie's not canon.
Or at least thank the artwork. Could we at least save that for a surprise, people? Advertising people? I'm just saying. Anyway, next page. Sasuke says, I wanted to deal with you by myself. And Naruto replies, You can't deal with anything when you're dead. Live and help me out instead of dying. My dream is for all shinobi to work together. This includes you. And Sasuke replies, well, even if it sits well with you, what about the rest? And Naruto just replies, stop nitpicking, or I swear I'll beat you up. And Sasuke
And
says,
Sasuke is
no.
actually the smartest one here, and he's like asking the questions that even the fans are asking. Naruto, even if you accept me like this, they're not.
Yep.
What are you gonna do about them?
And he replies,
Shut up! I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Just stop.
And he,
Stop picking up the knit.
and he replies with an even better question. I can always become evil again and come after you again. And now, to which Naruto
Might come for
replies,
your ass again. We all know what that means.
Don't tell me.
R3.
To which Naruto replies, well then I'll stop you again. Plus I didn't think you'd do it anyway. And Sasuke says,
I know, I didn't have any condoms.
He's like, how are you so sure?
and Naruto says, don't make me repeat myself. You still don't understand, don't you? Who knew you'd even be that stupid?
And
And
Sasuke cries.
Sasuke cries and says, shut up. And we get a
I'm
shot
a goofy
of-
goober, yeah. You're a goofy goober,
most-
yeah. We're all goofy goobers, yeah. Goofy goobers, yeah!
what most people are referring to as the Goofy Goober moment, where if you haven't seen SpongeBob SquarePants the movie, spoiler
Shame on you.
alert. Yeah, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, there's just one scene in the movie where something happens and SpongeBob and Patrick are laying side by side, sort of like this, and there's a heart that forms in between them
From their tears.
from their tears.
We may be kids, but we went farther than kids could ever be dreamed to go.
Yeah,
We
guess
made
we're
it.
just a couple of goofballs. I'm a goofy goober, yeah. You're a goofy goober, yeah.
We're all goofy goobers, yeah.
Yeah. Goofy,
Goofy,
goober.
goofy, yeah.
Round of applause. Round of applause.
No.
They should get
And-
a score for this.
Although
And-
now,
And the most amazing thing about this panel is the fact that with their arms are severed, yes, severed, they have no arms left. The blood trails from their severed limbs are actually coming straight down and colliding, as almost though they're holding hands or something.
Okay. I'm sorry, what?
yes, the symbolism is strong.
Some people saw a
Although-
heart.
Although this would
I can't
make them
broke
blood
heart.
brother. Although this would make them blood brothers now.
Are they already
Yeah.
blood brothers because they were reincarnations?
Now it literally means they're blood brothers.
Literally.
Now they have AIDS.
Oh.
Should everyone have AIDS, actually? Like, good
Eh.
luck. That's
Now Naruto unlocks the Rinnegan because now he has Sasuke's DNA in him.
And so the chapter ends here. Overall, what do we think?
The gayest
good
moment in
chapter.
manga history.
yeah. There's
And
a
I've
lot
seen
of
gravitation.
there's a lot of homoeroticism in this chapter.
Yes, this is the
Yeah.
guy. The people from Gravitation are looking at this going, man, this is really gay.
Right?
No offense to homosexual people out there, but this was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like this is literally Brokeback Konoha.
Yeah.
Full of double entendres and
Oh, yeah.
innuendos.
Yeah. I'm not into men. Me either.
Now, personally, with me, I mean, I thought the chapter was good, and
Yeah, the chapter
as far as the whole homoerotic things that people were talking about, I mean, they're going a little too far, and the way how I thought it was just like just two bros fighting it, and then just talking to it at the end. That's it.
There's definitely going to be jokes. We'll just put it that way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no denying that much. But with this
Uh,
chapter, we did get some news. Apparently, next week we're not getting one, but two.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
knew
knew
that.
that. We found that like the same day that they said there was only like five weeks left. We found out that the last chapter was going to be like over 40 pages long.
Oh yeah.
Broken up into 2 parts.
True.
So we're getting 699 and 700 in one, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And of course, we have to lampshade this. There are people that are probably going to be complaining, why didn't he just do 700 chapters? Well, you know,
Fuck
if
you.
well, you know, you just leave the man alone.
He's like, here, you want the 700 chapter? Here. Now stop bugging me.
Why didn't he just do 700 chapters? He did do 700 chapters. You're just getting 2 chapters in one. That's it. If you
Yeah.
want to split them up in half and then consider it 699, 700, you could do that too.
Oh, yeah.
Technically it is. It's 700 chapters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Overall, my thoughts on this chapter, pretty good. A lot of talking, because, well, we were wrapping up the action since Sasuke did beat Naruto to a bloody pulp last chapter. God damn, that was violent.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
At least in this fight, they lost something.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think this fight was just too taxing. I mean,
Yeah.
it cost him an arm and a leg,
Yep.
maybe.
Well, the movie The Last proves that Naruto gets another arm back.
Which makes me question: do they have prosthetics, or is he gonna grow it back just like he did Kakashi's original eye?
Unless Sakura transfers her ability over to Naruto and Sasuke and they grow back with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
Sakura
wait.
and Kakashi should have a role in this, other than just to watch.
They're probably gonna get there next.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely. I want to say that.
Oh, by the way, speaking
said
of
last
Sakura arriving to punch Sasuke's living daylights out of him,
Ugh.
Phantom, let's be realistic. Considering how far away these two are, there was just no way she was going to reach them this chapter. Even if she ran at super speed, at the most it'd probably take her at least, I don't know, a good while. Way longer than the time necessary from when she woke up to when Sasuke was about to deliver the killing blow. There's just no way.
I
So
don't know.
let's
Yeah.
bringing some realism in here. There was just no way she was ever gonna show up.
Yeah.
It would have been cool, but again, being realistic, considering how far away they are, just no way.
And time's kind of convoluted in manga space, so
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
well, I mean, like, basically in this chapter we have them like knocked out and they wake back up. We don't know how long they were knocked out for. You know, they could have been 5 minutes, it could have been 2 minutes, it could have been 3. You know, it could have been 10 hours, and we don't know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the way, the war is now officially over. It's been 3 days in universe, so it shouldn't be called a war. It should be called a battle.
Right.
I know. This was just shy of the 100-year war,
Yep.
which lasted 116 years.
That's your history fact of the
I
day.
mean, the Vietnam War lasted longer, and we lost that one.
Yep.
The War of 1812 lasted longer. That was less than a year, I think, wasn't it?
I think
Yeah,
so.
like there was one battle after it was officially over because they didn't know
Yeah.
it was over.
Yeah, the battle that America actually won was fought when the war was over. You know, I think to myself that if one side was like, man, I just want to go home, and the other side is like, attack! I think that side's gonna win. I put my money on them. But gay jokes aside and everything like that, I actually did enjoy this chapter. I have to say, I did enjoy it.
I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
8.5.
I'll give it a 9.
Probably give it about a 9 too on my part.
Oh, great! You're making me look like the one.
Yeah, you're a dick.
Oh.
Odd
I
man
changed my
out.
answer- I'm changing my answer to 9.5 then.
Oh, he wants to be superior now. Look at that.
Oh, I see. I see. We're not good enough for you.
Yes, I'd rather feel superior. Like the superior Spider-Man.
Come on, guys. Let's all change our answer to 10 out of 10.
Well, then I make mine a bajillion out of 10.
Mine's now a bajillion plus 1 out of 10.
Over
yeah?
9,000 out of 10.
I am a Googleplex plus 1 out of 10.
I'm a 2 infinity and beyond out of 10.
Plus 1.
Plus 3.
God damn you. I changed my answer back to 8.5 then. Now I'm back at the lowest.
Transformers. The bipolar NaruSaku fan. Oh, this chapter sucks. Not out of 10.
Actually, let's hear the big 10. No,
This chapter
let's get it.
sucks. It was awesome.
This chapter sucks so much, I really enjoyed it. What?
That sounds like the entire Naruto fandom, actually.
It does.
Yeah.
This is the worst chapter I saw. This is crap. Everything's made up. I hate it. This is the worst chapter ever. So what do you give it out of 10? 9.25. What? You just said 5 negative points and you give it a near perfect score?
That's like what happened to logic. There is no logic.
It's Naruto.
There is no logic. There is only Zool. Zool, motherfucker. Oh god, now I just had a visualization of I just had a visualization of Naruto in his house, right? And he puts all the groceries on the counter, everything starts breaking, the eggs start he goes up to the fridge, he opens it up, there's Hinata with the dog body going, Naruto-kun. He's like, oh, he slams the fridge door.
Oh,
He
God.
walks outside his apartment and he sees a bunch of Hinata cones. He's like, I gotta run now.
uh,
Okay.
oh,
Oh man.
oh. Okay.
Okay.
Whew. Well, calm down now.
We had our fun.
So, okay, so a lot of people are thinking now that the OVA is not going to happen.
It can still happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just has some distinct differences to it now. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Naruto's missing an arm. That's a big difference. You know, now that I think of it, I don't think the OVA still happen.
And wait, what's up?
No, I do think Sakura and Kakashi will show up. And I do think Sakura's gonna do. At least I'm hoping she does something to heal their arms.
It'd be kind of nice if we see Sakura over Naruto and Sasuke looks at them together and thinks of Karen.
See, yeah, that will just. And if that's it for pairing wise in the last chapter, then I'll be fine. That's like
prefer
the
that
only
too.
thing. Like I'll be like, okay, to me that'll be confirmed. Whoever the last does, I can just ignore it. I'm like, whatever.
You see me in the... Yeah, go on.
So the Sasasako fans they go over, rip his arm back off. No, you love Sakura. They just beat him with it.
Can we all agree, despite the advertising of the last, can we just agree that Saku has no chance in hell of happening?
The only relationship Saku has is sibling-wise. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's confirmed, too.
Yeah, not only did Sasuke confirm he does not love her romantically, he saw them as a family. So that is dead. Knowing that it's kind of implied in the last advertising that Sasuke is kind of a wanderer-like character. So that means she's not in Konoha with Sakura. So
Yeah.
like I never believed that was gonna happen, but it was just I just want that confirmation. But I feel like fans are still gonna argue with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Regarding to that, I mean, when it comes... See, that's what I'm more curious about when it comes to the last, is, like, it's Sasuke's character that I'm kind of more interested in than anything else.
I'm more interested with everyone else's character than Hinata's. And do you know what the movie's going to be about? Hinata.
At least that's what it's marketed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they're marketing it to me. But she's part of the main premise, though. Her sister's been kidnapped. How's she not going to be important in this story?
We'll get to that. We're still talking about the chapter, remember?
Yeah. Let's see that.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's just
Okay.
something.
I know we really want to talk about this, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's just finish the chapter right now. So, because there's still plenty to talk about with the chapter without going into the movie yet.
Yeah.
So I think the Sasasaku fans, if you're listening to this right now, if you still believe Sasasaku is going to happen, I'm sorry. No. There's not only has Kishimoto killed Sasasaku repeatedly, but he's brought it back to life and turned it platonic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, Sakura could love Sasuke all she wants. The fact that it's still one-sided is just... There's no... And the fact that Sasuke's feelings has not changed beyond plutonic being plutonic is a telling sign of where that's going.
Yeah. And again, we could get ass pulled into it, but
I guess. Like we're arguing,
I mean, there's always the possibility of like it being ass pulled in there, but
like a flashback that they never talked about. Yeah, suddenly that becomes really important for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So okay, so you guys really want to talk about the movie, so let's talk about the movie now.
I'm sorry,
because you don't want to talk about the chapter. So all right, so we're gonna talk about Naruto the last movie.
No, I think Hinata the last was more accurate. At least from what we're getting from advertising.
Great, you just ruined the joke. Thanks a lot.
Here lies James Cassie's 25th joke. You will be missed.
At least I'm not Jonathan who did it this time. At least it wasn't Jonathan this time.
Transformer, you gotta find you a cliff, knock you over it.
Ironically, you're not the first person who told me that. Who's told me
It's
that?
a fiscal cliff.
Okay.
So Hinata the last.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know what a lot of NaruSaku fans are going to say to me, and they'll say like, "Oh, you're basing this all into 2 minutes of advertisements." That's the thing, though. If these advertisements are supposed to represent what this movie is, all we're seeing it with these advertisements is Hinata. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is the best representation. If the advertisement, the job of an advertiser, no matter what media, is to put out what the movie is about in the shortest term possible without revealing story elements, story plots, or anything of that sort. With that being said, those 2 minutes are being pushed harder than anything else in this movie. Everything else, no matter what story element it is, this 2 minutes of Hinata worshiping, Hinata's story, Hinata's this, Hinata's that, is all being pushed farther forward than any other plot element. Even Naruto is pushed into the background for this.
Yeah.
And that's saying something.
Oh yeah.
So who wants to start off with this one? Who wants to put on their big boy pants and start out with this one? Because I could start if you guys are not comfortable, but I'll let one of you guys take a shot at it if you want.
I'll do it.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
guess we're
So
all willing. Guess we're all willing to jump
Yeah,
in.
but
Yeah, we're not really.
Yeah,
Well,
but-
let Peachy go ahead.
But
Yeah,
just
like
to make
Steve.
note before you start, just to make note, this is only based on the information we have been told so far. What the movie actually is, we don't know. What the last chapter is, we don't know. This is only based on the information we have so far.
Oh yeah. Now, here's the thing. Trailer first came out. I saw it. I was like, okay, and I knew there was gonna be a big fuss about it because I remember Studio Peria. They made the same thing twice. Like, if you go back to like the second Shippuden movie, I think it was Bonds, the one where Sasuke was heavily supposed to have a role in it. It's supposed to be like this big reunion between him and Sasuke. And what did it ultimately go down to? Like, what, the last 20 minutes of that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
Got
like
me.
that.
I don't watch the anime, so
Yeah, and then...
I thought you said you watched
Yeah,
all
you
movies.
no, I didn't. I
Oh.
said watch some of the movies.
Mhm.
Didn't watch all of them.
Yeah, but Bonds, I think, is the best example of, like, how they took the marketing and what it came down to once the movie released. And then, Road to Ninja being the most obvious one in the comparisons.
And
That's
this is
the
where a
most
lot of
recent one.
NaruSaku fans are going to be like, well, but Road the Ninja is different. It was an alternate universe. That's not the same as this
True.
one.
True, but Road to Ninja advertised the hell out of the alternate universe characters, and we only got Kakashi.
And
Guy.
yeah, and Minato and Kushina, obviously.
Well, yeah, but the alternate universe
Minato-
alternate universe characters, as in, oh, we're gonna see a lot of their personalities, and they're gonna over-exaggerate all this, and technically they do, for about 15 minutes. And then we only get Kakashi, and even then, his alternate universe personality doesn't get in the way of the mission.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, he's mopey and depressed, but he doesn't express those emotions once the mission starts. He just acts like he would if he wasn't mopey and depressed.
And something else is similar. Even the Narhina fans were screaming canon with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only after they found out what the movie was really about, then they'd start screaming, well, it was an alternate universe, doesn't count.
Yeah. No, to be fair, NaruSaku fans are doing that now with the last.
I'm just
Like,
like,
they're making arguments that it's not
Right.
canon. So,
I
just
mean,
being fair.
I consider Road to Ninja like semi-canon. That's just because, like, that's the first time we got Sakura's parents introduced. So I'm like, all right, I'll give some leeway to it, just some. It's not 100% canon, but it's got like canon elements to it.
Because Kishimoto wrote the movie.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Every other movie before Road to Ninja has been written by someone else, and they've introduced a couple of things. While they are neat ideas, prisons, time travel, a snow-covered world. Well, okay, no, it's one snow-covered country. What else?
Naruto.
The Zero Tails.
Kakashi
was
Naruto.
The Zero Tails. Now that was an interesting concept in Bonds.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like that.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, they are not. All the movies so far have not been integrated into canon.
Nope.
Otherwise,
yeah,
if they
I got
have,
them.
you'd have to. If they were, then the manga would have to be tweaked. The anime or the manga would have to be tweaked a bit. But that's a whole nother can of worms.
Mm-hmm.
Kishimoto wrote Road to Ninja, which means there are some things that are considered canon. Sakura's parents, what Naruto's life would have been like, the prototype Infinite Tsukuyomi that Obito unleashed, and how much ass Naruto's parents can kick.
Yeah.
Which is plenty, by the way. Plenty.
And even in that movie, in Road to Ninja, what was Kushina doing with Naruto?
Easy.
being a mother.
No, something else than that. It's a specific scene.
Teasing Naruto about Sakura.
Teasing Naruto about Sakura.
Mhm.
Trying to get with the Hokage's daughter, huh? Now's your time to impress her.
Nudge, nudge.
Yep.
And that was after like everything. Although that was right before
That was
615.
during
Actually.
the Yep.
Yeah, right before then.
Mhm.
Oh, we're just
Now all of a sudden this movie's not canon.
Right.
Well, and I get Naruhina fans. Well, you Narusaku fans keep thinking that Road to Ninja's canon. We never thought it was canon.
No.
We never once said it was canon. We thought some of the elements were canon, like, the parents and stuff like that, but we never saw the story as any part of the original manga story at all.
No. And if it was, then you'd have to tweak a couple of things, like Naruto learning Nine-Tails Chakra before going to that island.
The Akatsuki still being alive.
Yeah. The only thing that we took as canon was how the characters were acting.
yeah.
Their alternate universe versions, I think are also considered a canon thing. Like, if this was to happen like that, this is how it would turn out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some plot elements that were not introduced in the manga were introduced officially canon. I think Kishimoto says are actually canon elements, but the story itself is not.
No.
No.
Yeah. But here's the thing about the thing about canon. Like, I always find canon and continuity in general kind of absurd, because anything could be canon in your own head. Like, in your head, you could force something to be canon.
That's
really
why
depends
fan fiction exists.
Yes, that's why there's fan fiction. So really, it doesn't really matter what's canon or not. It really depends what kind of story it's being told. Really, that's always my stance on continuity, especially since I've been reading a lot of comics.
I'm gonna think of 10 separate comments to say about this, but I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. I just think people take canon to the heart too much. Like, they take it too personal. Like, what is and what isn't.
So what do you guys think of this movie now? The new one. What do you guys? What is your feelings and opinions about this movie as of now?
As of now, here's with me at least. I'm not going to buy into the hype just yet, because the last time I did that was Michael Bay's Transformers, the first one.
Okay.
The first one. All the advertisements. Wow, get to see live action Optimus Prime and all these characters that I grew up with, and it's more humans than robot. And at that time, I couldn't say what a surprise, because I never actually watched Pearl Harbor. So, but anyway. So, as for me, yes, I have read this information. Yes, I have seen the trailers so far. However, things can change, information can change, and overall, I'm going to reserve all my judgment when the final product comes out, both as a Naruto fan and as a movie and TV buff. As a Naruto fan, I'll look at how the movie handles Naruto and his universe. As a movie and TV buff, I'll look at it to see if this movie can work, if it's any good, would I recommend it, and if it's Oscar worthy, which
No.
if it's Oscar worthy, the answer is immediately no.
Never compare Naruto with an Oscar-worthy movie.
No.
But to be serious, I will not let any of this stuff get to me. I will not let the CD cover get to me. I will not let the posters get to me. I will not let that scarf get to me. And I won't let any of these lines of dialogue that have appeared in the trailer get to me. Because he could be because trailers usually take things out of context, no matter what.
Yeah.
What's a good example of this happening?
Transformers, where in the commercial you see nothing but Transformers, and we don't see Transformers until what? Like an hour into the movie?
An hour into the movie.
We don't really see any Transformers battles until like midway to towards the end.
Towards the end.
Spider-Man 3 is another good example, too. Like, they advertise Venom, like, out of the hell.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Or the Amazing Spider-Man movie, where all the action scenes are in the commercials, so you can basically just skip everything else.
Yep.
I mean, there was even for Spider-Man 3, there was even a TV commercial where it was nothing but Venom.
All the hype on Venom, and he gets, like, what? The last 15 minutes of the movie. That's it.
The last third of the movie.
You don't even get an epic fight. It was just like...
I thought their fight was pretty epic in Spider-Man 3.
Sort of was, but then it ended rather quickly when he discovered when he did the weakness. Those vibrations.
Yeah.
Tenfold. Yeah. So, anyone else's thoughts?
Well, when I saw that CD cover, I appropriately panicked. Then I stopped going to the NE website, and I just tried to forget the whole thing ever happened.
And he sat in the corner with his blanket, sucking his thumb and going, "Mommy, Mommy!"
Were you at my house?
No, they have cameras there. What? It's in the contract you signed. In the contract, when you join the podcast, it says in the fine print, I'm allowed to put cameras around your house if you sign this.
The funny thing is, it's not even in the fine print. It's clearly printed in big words, too. So I don't know why.
Well, it's not my fault you couldn't read Korean.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. So, but yeah. But after that initial panic, and especially after getting more and more information, when I was reading everyone else's panicking, I realized, oh my god, we're worried about a fictional pairing not getting together. And I realized then that sudden realization, I'm like, I kind of don't care. And now that I don't care, I was able to look at the movie more objectively. I'm like, this story sounds lame. I don't care for this story. And that's it. And then since then, I've been really strongly neutral against this whole thing. Like, I'm still for Naruto Sakura. Like, just basing on the manga, because I've talked to my brother who doesn't know about the advertising about the movie. He's saying, like, yeah, I can't see it not happening. I'm like, yeah, like, you just listen to the manga. It's improbable. Even For Life told us, like, when we talked to him beforehand, he was like, where did it go wrong? Like, where did I miss it? And like, you didn't. There's no information suggesting Naruto and Hinata are getting together in the manga. It's just this movie is, which may in turn turn out to be true. But I'm at this point. I'm at this really zen point of the fandom. Like, I'm kind of really neutral, and I don't care. So, yeah.
Okay. As for me, now, ever since all the information, like, since the beginning, I've always been, like, really, really neutral about it. And to be quite honest, my decision is still the same. Like, CD cover came out, again, didn't let it get to me. The trailer came out, same thing. Like, I'm just sitting there going, like, all right, like, it's what I've been mentioning throughout the podcast. Marketing. It's all about, just getting attention. And the best way on Studio Period's mind, again, showing Hinata and showing that, a big, huge role for the movie. That's their selling point. At least that's from what I've been getting at so far. And, again, my decision still hasn't changed. But I am quite curious about, like, just, like, a few things here and there, like, with all the other characters, with the exception of Hinata, especially with the new what's it, Otsutsuki, the Hagoromo Kage's Ascendant. But I mean, aside from that, I mean, I'm just gonna wait and see how things go down next week with the final 2 chapters, and then take it from there.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about the advertising, because you keep saying that they're just advertising Hinata to draw in the fans, but then that doesn't make any sense, because you're also kind of alienating the people who do not like Hinata. You're alienating them to convince them, oh, I'm not going to like this movie because it's Hinata. You should focus on other elements of the story that people will like. Because like a lot of people like Naruto. Why not focus on Naruto more? Or Sakura. Sakura has fans in Japan. Like, why not give them, like the Road to Ninja movie, at least try to focus on the other characters, the other aspects, along with the theme of family, to draw in a variety of fans. In this, you're just singly Hinata fans, even if it doesn't turn out to be a really Naruto x Hinata based story movie.
Well, you want another example of a different studio advertising just only one aspect of a movie? I'll give you one.
Okay.
Star Wars Episode 2. The trailers for that heavily emphasized the romance between Anakin and Padme. Once the movie came out and of the eventual home video release, what did the home video release advertise? The fight between Yoda and Count Dooku. What people actually liked about the movie. Seeing Yoda kick ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
is an example. What Lucky Chi is saying, this is an example of just grabbing people, of them trying to grab people's attention, and in this case, it's sort of working because, after all, Hinata is part of this love dodecahedron between all these other characters. So why not focus on her? And plus, most animators and directors at Studio Pierrot are Naruhina fans anyway.
Well, I'm not doubting that advertisers do that all the time. I'm saying it's stupid advertising.
Yeah.
And by the way, a lot of people are saying like Kishimoto is involved in the advertising because the story is based on his. A lot of creators, like the directors and animators, don't usually have a say on how the work is advertised. The
You're lagging really bad.
Yeah.
They give it to. I go.
Say that one more time.
Say that one more time.
What? One more time? What I just said about the advertising?
Yeah.
What you just said. Say it one more time. Because you're lagging really bad and you're sounding like a robot.
Okay. Well, I just was saying that the advertising was it's like it will be just, I think, because I was not denying the fact that advertisers do that. It's just it's a really stupid kind of advertising, and how like a lot of people are saying like they should take it really serious because Kishimoto is a part of it. But I'm like, we have no proof of that, and most of the times, the creators, like directors and the writers, they have no say how the thing is advertised. They usually give it to another agency and all that.
They kind of wash their hands of it. So
yeah,
they're basically like, I did my movie, I did what I needed to do. There's my part. The rest is up to you guys.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you guys gave your opinion. So now what I think of the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I first saw the information, I got upset. I got upset because I thought that this was just all complete bullshit, and it still is. But I have a better mind to it, because when you really stop to think about it, there's so many questions that have left to be unanswered, and there's many elements of this movie that do not make sense. So shall we go down the list of this one?
Sure.
Okay.
We shall.
Okay, so first one. Let's start out let me start out because originally I had it this way, but we're going to start with this one instead. The first logic is, when does this movie take place again? 2 years
Yeah.
after the Naruto and Sasuke fight? 2 years.
So relatively, they should be 19.
Maybe
Naruto
20.
just turned 17. No, Naruto just turned 17.
19, 20 years old, something around
Yeah.
there.
It would be
Right.
nice. That's wow.
Oh, okay. 2 years. 2 years. Now we haven't gotten the last chapter yet, so anything could change because of that. But just based on the information now, what the hell happened in that 2 years?
Nothing. Well, Kakashi became Hokage.
What else?
That's it.
Okay, so Narahina fans. Narahina is canon thanks to this movie, supposedly, quote unquote. What was the problem with her not getting with Naruto in that 2 year span? In the trailer, it talks about this is filling in a blank that happens where supposedly the end of the manga ending is the real ending, and this is just in between that. That's according to the way the movie's supposedly made up of, right? That's what it said. That's what it says. That's what it's implying.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't account for the 2 years where apparently nothing happened? What? So you mean to tell me 2 years after Naruto and Sasuke fought, NaruSaku never got together, Narahina never got together, nobody got together, nobody said anything, nothing was addressed. Does this sound weird to anybody else?
It definitely sounds weird. Like mad sketchy.
It definitely sounds.
So you mean to tell me, and this comes in even more later down the road, but we'll get to that one. Just 2 years, like, so why didn't Hinata talk about the confession in this 2 years? Why didn't Naruto talk about this confession in 2 years? You know?
Yeah.
Where, I mean, there is no answer for it. There is no answer. There is no Narahina fans. There is no answer that you can give me that legitimately explains why Naruto and Hinata had not discussed anything within that 2 year span. Nothing. This whole because she's too shy bit. No. You all have been preaching to us all the time that she was no longer shy and that she was no longer anything. So why this 2 year span difference? Could be that something else happened differently. And then let's talk about this movie, how, I believe, if I remember reading, they were talking about how supposedly that Hinata is loathing herself for not doing something.
Where do they say that?
I don't know, it's just things I heard. I'm just going up by what I heard.
Okay.
Supposedly
So
Hinata... Huh?
I was just going to remind readers, this is just based on speculation then.
Yeah. But there's things that I heard, things that are confirmed, and but the 2 year thing is a confirmed thing because it's in the trailer. What happened in those 2 years? Now, supposedly people have been saying that Hinata has been loathing herself for not doing something earlier. Now, the manga takes place in 5 years, over the span of 5 years, roughly. Plus these 2 years, that's 7 years. What the hell? So you mean to tell me that nothing happened between Naruto and Hinata in those 7 years? Nothing?
I guess so.
So you got all the manga things. So she does the confession thing. So for 3 years, the confession is never brought up, or mostly 3 years.
Yes, I'm assuming.
I'm just making sure we're on the same page here on this one.
Yep.
3 years. And are we supposed to expect that Naruto did nothing as well in those 3 years? Not talk to Sakura or Hinata or anybody?
Yes.
For those 3 years? We're just gonna buy that, accept that? I don't accept that.
I don't.
I don't either. Like, yeah, there's a lot of questions.
Yeah. Second thing that was brought up, another thing that was brought up in this movie was, we have a flashback in the movie where Hinata and Naruto met when they were kids. Now, supposedly this was before the manga, because you could tell because Naruto was wearing his goggles, his signature goggles.
Yeah.
Which he lost, or he got rid of,
Plus
in chapter 1.
Plus
Hey,
the trailer. Plus the trailer shows the fact that they're kids.
Yeah.
So, obviously.
Okay. And Naruto's wearing a red scarf.
Yep.
In his flashback.
Yes.
Even more questions pop up, especially going back to the 2 years. So, okay, so this memory happens.
Why
wasn't this brought up in the manga?
Yeah.
Where the fuck was this in the manga? Where the fuck does this fall in? How come Naruto or Hinata never remembered this? And I mean, you could make an argument that Naruto forgot because he's stupid like that. That's fair. What's Hinata's excuse? So you're gonna say that she's just as stupid? This is an ass-pulled, made-up memory just to make Hinata relevant, or to explain where Hinata actually fell in love with Naruto.
Basically. I mean, I feel like Kishi just, came up with it since it was never brought up in the manga whatsoever.
Yeah, and it's even more bullshit because now you're making Naruto look like a scumbag. You mean to tell me that this memory happened and was supposedly this romantic moment, if it is a romantic moment? Just saying what the Narahinas are saying about this. Oh, they met, they were kids, that's when they first fell in love. So you mean to tell me that Naruto was an absolute scumbag, and throughout the entire movie, the manga, and the 2-year skip, and only until the movie was this ever brought up? That has never struck anybody as weird to you Narahina fans? I know NaruSaku fans have been thinking about it.
Yeah, here's the thing. It was like Naruto didn't even know who Hinata was before the manga. And if some reason this flashback is key for making Naruhina canon, why hasn't this been brought up before? Like, that was before he had a crush on her. So, or if he will. It doesn't really make sense. Like, how that will make it suddenly make sense, Naruhina.
You're literally ass pulling Narahina into confirmation.
Yeah.
You're ass pulling it. And if I was a Narahina fan and that happened, I wouldn't accept it. I would want something more concrete. And yes, I'm going to say this right now. If it was in NaruSaku's case, I would still feel the same way.
Well, we still haven't gotten a reason why Naruto had his crush on Sakura in the beginning.
Yeah. There's still more questions. There's tons of these questions. So, third. So we just not gonna care about the whole moon plan thing by this descended, what's his name? Tensei? Utsutsuki?
Tonari? I think that's what his name is.
Tonari?
Yeah. Oh,
So,
Tonari, yeah.
so that's not important. Hinami being kidnapped is not important. But everything revolving Hinata, not Naruto and Hinata, just Hinata is the most important thing in this movie. That's what this whole movie is about.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Apparently.
Don't forget about love, too.
Oh. Yeah.
And this is why I'm going to go on record and say now I hate Hinata even more than I hate Sasuke now. I never... So you know what, Kishimoto? Yeah, you did surprise me. You really made me hate Hinata more than Sasuke now, and I hated Sasuke.
Mm-hmm.
You all know how much I hate him. Now, yeah. I'd rather watch a movie about Sasuke now than read this shit, than watch this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's absolutely... It's stupid. Ass-pulled memories... a lack of explanation of these long time zones where apparently nobody did anything. Nothing was said. I mean, come on. Unless, of course, this whole movie's about Hinata getting closure and not getting Narahina canon, but none of you Narahina fans are going to accept that answer. I know you're not. Well, that's not true because she gave him the scarf. I could argue that maybe Naruto had the scarf first, and then he gave it to her, which she kept, like a creepy, creepy girl.
That sounds like me.
I guess, and then she never mentioned this scarf until 7 years later. Like, not more than 7 years later. In fact, if we're, we don't know when this flashback takes place.
If you think about it, it's pretty convoluted.
It's massively convoluted, and nobody's thinking about this.
Except for you, James.
No, and the funny thing is, like, this movie is considered canon. That's the thing that throws me off the most. That the flashback is in the movie, and the movie itself is supposed to be canon. So I'm like, okay, then where did the flashback come in?
And why was it never mentioned before?
Right?
And don't give me this bullshit, there wasn't enough time. No. No,
If it
there
was
was
important-
plenty
if it
of
was
enough time.
If it was important, then there would have been time. He would have made time.
Yeah.
I mean, if Kishi really wanted it, he could have brought it up in part 1. He could have.
He didn't.
He could have had a scene of Hinata going back home, and even if it's just it's something extremely ambiguous, like going over to a box, lifting it up, looking inside, seeing a red scarf, and then Hinata just closing the box afterwards, looking, doing this like silly sigh or something like that, and and then you just left it at that, and then we forget about it. That would have made a lot more sense than what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What you just said, that kind of proves that Kishimoto just thought this up for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He just came up with
Which
it.
makes me question why, how does this make Narahina canon?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Lucky just said that the movie's canon. Just the whole thing you're questioning, like the things we're questioning about this movie, makes me feel like it's not canon. Like, it could be canon. I'm not against it being canon. It's just, there's just something about it. I'm like, this doesn't feel canon. Like, the story doesn't seem like it belongs in the Naruto universe. It feels too much focus on Hinata rather than Naruto himself to even matter in the long term. And it's just...
You remember the manga when Sasuke and Naruto and Sakura were the main focus of the whole story? Not this one. They are all pushed aside. Everybody, including Hanabi, who was the one supposed to be kidnapped, in favor of Hinata.
Which I think would have been more interesting. That route.
I just want to say, I'm sorry for any Hinata fans listening, but I find Hinabi the most interesting Hyoga. Even more interesting than Neji. But mostly because Neji was wasted potential that Kishi never really developed.
I mean, I would love to have like this visualization in my head of this Omaki where Hanabi is like reading the script and she's looking and she's like, "Wait a minute, I'm the one kidnapped and she gets all the fucking attention? This is bullshit!" And then she just slams the script down and walks out of the room.
It'd be hilarious.
Yeah. But on a side note, do you guys consider this, like, you just said that you think this movie's canon. Are you guys taking this as canon too?
Well, that's according to what Kishi said. Well, okay,
He said
specific. He said that the manga and the movie are connected. Let me rephrase myself there for a minute. It's connected. That's one thing.
I'm so happy we have someone urinating on the podcast.
Yep, he's peeing into his phone. He is.
Gee.
That's actually someone in my house peeing. It's really loud.
What, are you doing the podcast in your bathroom? And someone's like, "Nope, fuck you. I'm going in here. I don't care. You need alone time for this."
Let's start that all over again because I'm gonna edit that one out.
Yes, edit that. Yeah. I was walking in the hallway. Sorry, guys.
So you're asking, do we consider this movie canon?
Yeah. Oh, did I ask it again?
I don't know how I want to answer that. I don't know. It's canon. I mean, it's canon according to Kishimoto, but at the same time, it's like this is Kishimoto's writing. This is sounding more like a bad shoujo fan fiction than it is a Naruto manga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I'm so skeptical. This is canon. Like, this doesn't sound. Yeah. This sounds like something like the studio would come up with. No offense.
And not only that, but Kishimoto also said that he wants us to read the manga first before watching this movie. But you don't have to read the manga, according to him. You don't have to read the manga to watch this movie, which means that this movie is not really that important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That to me confirms it. Like, you could read the manga and not watch this movie. That's why if this movie turned out to suck or not to be good, and that's what I'm getting at from all this advertising, I'm not even gonna bother watching it then.
I mean, to bring up something that James said, I feel like the whole thing with the Otsutsuki and then Kakashi being Hokage and stuff, I feel like that's stuff something Kishi planned out, but the Hinata stuff something that Studio Period just came in and threw in.
Yeah, that could be.
By the way, do we find out any information why the Hyugas are being taken? No. Do we find out why the Hyugas are important for this? No. Do we find out why Hanabi was taken instead of Hinata? No. Do we find out, do we find out what Naruto has been doing this whole time? No. All the advertisements for this movie have all been one thing. Hinata. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So based off the commercials, what would you say this movie was about?
They're advertising the love angle a lot. So if I was just a person, I'll assume it's a love story between Naruto and Hinata. But I know the story and I know the characters, so I'm just gonna say it's a Hinata-focused movie with Naruto and other characters. So, but either way, it's Hinata-focused.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Naruto, you are so fucking pathetic. You can't even be the main character of your own story.
Oh, apparently not.
You can't even be the main character of your own story. Sasuke and Hinata have more priority than you.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And if this is a love story, by the way, if this is like the epiphany of romantic love stories, why is everything so depressing? You don't, not one panel or skill shot of this movie has Hinata or Naruto smiling. Not one panel.
yeah.
They all look fucking depressed or angry.
Well, Hinabi has been captured, so.
That's it. And I mean, see, this is the thing that stood out to me most. I was like, so Hinata even outshines Sasuke in the movie. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, apparently Narahina isn't canon unless something bad happens. So, in order for Hinata to actually say something to Naruto, her sister had to be kidnapped.
Yes.
That's the only way that she could have said something.
Because Hinata is so shy and so poorly developed and one note.
That is really fucking pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Hinata fans.
This is no. I'm not sorry, Hinata fans. I'm not. You know why? Because maybe I have a little bit more respect for Hinata than that. Maybe I didn't want this for her. I didn't want her to be this pathetic damsel in distress that's nothing but a love martyr. Maybe I wanted something more for her than this pathetic girl who can't tell a guy how she feels in 2 years.
Well, more than that. Over 7 years.
Well, she had the confession. That was it.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, the first time skip, I could kind of put something because Naruto was away, so I can kind of get that, but even then.
Yeah. Well, maybe Naruto's been away for just 2 years, and he just came back again.
Why?
Yeah, like...
He lost his arm! Right? I'm just guessing here.
Like, why
I lost my arm in a battle with my best friend, so I must go on a long journey to find myself. And my arm, because apparently blew halfway across the country.
Yes.
So... And I mean, granted, like, Jiraiya lost an arm, Minato lost an arm, which, by the way, nice comparison that I wanted to bring up right there. Yeah.
Parallel? I don't know.
Because we NaruSaku fans rely too much on parallels. Apparently.
I know. Even though the characters lampshaded themselves, we're just too much into it.
Yep.
Yeah. I just want to say, if Naruhina does become canon because of this movie, I just want to say it's because of the convolution of the flashback. We were not given that information beforehand. So given what we were given, it does seem very Naruto X Sakura. So it's not because we're stupid. It's because how they handle it was stupid.
It's not because we're biased fanboys like all of you.
Nope.
Who don't even look at the little details and all of them, just take everything as face value. You know, we're not mad because this story is apparently Hinata-oriented. Well, I'm kind of mad because I don't see the point in all this. But I'm even more mad at the fact that Nothing is fucking making sense. Hinata is still that pathetic girl. I keep getting told, oh, Hinata's so strong. She's so this, she's so that. Well, here's a movie that says she's pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Here is a movie dedicated to her, and all she ever is pathetic. All her scenes, she's falling off a building. She's doing something else. She's looking upset and sad. She's crying her eyes out.
I mean,
this is not a woman.
I mean, the only scene that she showed like some kind of confidence, I was like, I'm gonna guess that's towards Tonarian. That's it. That's the only scene that I can see with her being confident. But that's it.
And yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was about to say because Sakura gets so bashed on so easily. When I'm a big supporter of Sakura, so I'm like, and I feel like she's such a stronger character, Sakura in general. Yeah, she's always getting bashed on. People saying how Hinata is so much better. I'm like, Sakura is three-dimensional, developed, and while not always likable, is an interesting character. Hinata's one note. She's underdeveloped, and there's only one aspect of her character that we all know, and that's her love for Naruto. Yet she is so popular. That just blows my mind.
Yeah, it blows my mind too.
Yeah.
It's yeah, okay. Everyone's I'm just gonna say something a little bit more prophetic Transformer, but it's your same point. What I read was it says that I'm so sick of people bashing Sakura and Ino all the time when Hinata's character can be summed up in one word: Naruto-kun.
Yes.
That is her entire character right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She eats this guy, she breathes this guy, she lives this guy, she satellites this guy. That's it. That's her whole entire character. And even in this movie, that's all she ever is.
Yeah.
She is nothing more than that.
And, I mean, for the people that looked at the trailer, especially Naruto fans, they looked at the trailer, they're like, oh, Naruto's eye-gazing, and I'm like, go back to that scene and then look at the next scene. Like, there's a good, distinct view that you can see. Like, Naruto is standing, like, right by the tree. And where is he not at?
Somewhere up in the nosebleed section.
Yeah.
Looking over the entire city, apparently. Wherever they're at.
Well, Naruto could still be seeing her from a distance. Like, he could see her from there. But I guess the eye.
But he's looking downward.
Yeah,
she's on an up, and she's upward.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these little details are important, people, but you have to notice them. And, we got all these, like, different lines where, like, because we find out, because we lost a few battles recently. We lost that, we didn't think that the scarf was given to Naruto by Hinata, and apparently it is. Now this red scarf. No, we thought that these lines that Naruto was saying were to somebody else and not to Hinata. Turns out they all were addressed to Hinata, but there's more to it than that. Like because Naruto says apparently to Hinata, is confirmed that he says to her, "There's something I have to tell you. Wait for me." Well, does it mean that he's going to confess to her? No. What if he's talking about something of that memory of that past? And it's not the first manga to do this.
No.
It's not the first time where a character goes to another character, and even though that character was in love with them, they explain to them how much they care about them, and even though they can't return their feelings, they will always care about them. So it could be that closure.
That actually makes more sense, but
yeah,
you don't know with Kishimoto's writing. You just don't know, and how they're advertising.
All I'm gonna say is, and I know a lot of Naruhito fans are just gonna tell me where you're just being a pissed off NaruSaku fan for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If Naruhito becomes canon at the end of this manga, it wasn't because of well-developed stories. It wasn't because of the closure. It wasn't because Naruhito are so close. It was because that Kishimoto ass pulled and gave in to pressure. It really is. If you have to make up facts to make it seem better than it actually is, there's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Completely agree with you there.
If you have to make up facts so late in the game just to justify all the stuff that did not happen, no, that's not good story writing.
No.
Yeah, it's like it comes back to what I said earlier: is that it's not because we're being silly or delusional or anything. Like, everything we've been given has been hitting against Naruto and Sakura. We're going to argue that. It's just Kishimoto, for some reason, flipped the rug under us and like, no, I'm going to M. Night Shyamalan you and give you a twist.
What, the twist?
What a twist.
Twist.
So
Yeah, I'm about
I
to
never-
twist that red scarf around Hinata's pretty little neck.
So yeah, it's just like
Overboard?
It's just-
You betcha.
yeah, really overboard. But to be fair, I've been really frustrated lately because I think in general the whole fandom is taking this movie too serious, especially the NaruSaku fans. They're taking it way too hard. Like, have you been to the H&E fan forums? They've been depressing. They've been really depressing lately.
Have you been everywhere else?
Oh yeah.
I mean, H&E, as bad as H&E forums are, it's not as bad as everywhere else.
I guess it's actually been a lot more positive lately because they're starting to use logic now, and I realize there's something up with this advertising and how it doesn't make sense still in manga. Going with the manga story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So one last question then. Then are you still pretty confident that Naruto and Sakura get together in the end of the manga?
I'm gonna give you a ratio of 80-20.
80-20. That sounds
I mean, my doubt has increased, but it's not enough to make me afraid of it.
Yeah.
I'm more afraid of Kishimoto ass pulling Narahina into existence.
At this point, I'm just gonna say at this point, it will be an asshole. It will be an asshole if he does it. Naruhino. Sorry to any Naruhino fans, but it would be. How about you, Chi?
I'd say, like, I still haven't lost my doubt. I mean, there's like maybe like out of like 10 to 20% chance that it's there, and if there is an ass pull, then, well, I don't know. I'm gonna go on a huge rant for that.
I think we're all gonna go on huge rants if that happens.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Steve? You've been quiet.
I said this before. I'm not letting any of this get to me.
Oh.
None of it, because I could break down this trailer right now, and everything. They could break down this most recent trailer. I could break it down right now and take all the lines Naruto says and interpret them in so many goddamn ways.
Oh yeah, I think we can all do that.
I could look at each scene in that trailer and interpret it in so many goddamn ways. I could read between the lines as much as I possibly could. But in the end, I still have to see the final product in order to have a complete judgment of this movie, of everything else surrounding this movie, all this hype, all this controversy that I'm seeing. It is just nuts out there. It is just nuts. You thought that the bronies put up a shitstorm when Derpy was censored. No.
That was
You
writing a
thought-
complaint letter.
No. You thought that the Zutara fans getting pissed off at the end of Avatar that their pairing did not become canon, even though there was everything else against it.
And you thought that I was a woman. Can't follow through up with that one, can you guys?
Nope.
So you're
I'm just saying, whatever will happen, Facebook will crash, Twitter will crash, YouTube will crash, Instagram, every social media will crash.
Server
They
down,
will do-
server down, server down, server down, internet
Albie?
melted.
Wednesday, Thursday is gonna be the day I'm gonna be off the grid. By the way, Wednesday and Thursday.
They will do a news report on Good Morning America.
I mean,
They will do it. This is not something that they can ignore.
I already know what's gonna happen. I mean, as far as the last chapter goes, it's gonna make 631 look tame. I can already predict that right now.
Well, if NaruSaku...
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
No, what were you gonna say?
I says if NaruSaku becomes canon in the end, in the manga, because we all know the manga, where the manga's gonna end, I'm gonna be running out in the street with a G-string with NaruSaku written on my crotch, flipping all the Naruhina fans off, going, "Yo, one more time, I'm back with a new rhyme. Hey, here we go again. Turn it up, my friend. No, we don't stop."
It's actually,
But I mean, all of this, it's just not. I'm seeing this everywhere. And, oh my god, the CD cover! Well, what about it? It's a CD cover!
remember
It
all those
means
Naruto and Sakura?
nothing. It means nothing. Nothing. It means nothing. You want a CD cover? Here's a CD cover. Luffy, Naruto, and Goku doing it. How? Why? Who cares? There's your CD cover.
Right.
And the song is about friendship.
Yes. For the 10th millionth time, the song is about fucking friendship. On some fairy tale shit.
Quite literally, too.
Well, that's really interesting because I told you like how this movie just made me really neutral and not care as much. Like I still want Naruto and Sakura, but if it happens, I'm like I won't freak out as much as I did when I initially thought it was over. But since I'm at this really neutral spot, I still think it's almost 95% NaruSaku. Like I'm rethinking the whole manga, like everything. And the manga still clearly points to Naruto and Sakura. But the movie, the 5% is on this movie alone. Like the movie, this fear of an ass pull. This like, if it happens, I am sorry yet again to Naruhina fans. It will be terrible writing. It will be poorly foreshadowed. It just, if it happens, good for you. But it's just so dumb. It just can't make sense in the manga. And it's just, but if it happens, I'm like, well, no, I was wrong. That's it. It's just, but yes, I agree with you, Steve. It will blow up. The internet will blow up, and whatever outcome happens, it will blow up. And I'm going to plan to be off the grid during those days. I'll come back for the final podcast, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But at the same time, I just want to remind people, this is just a fictional pairing. These people don't exist. This should not affect your life this much. You should not care this much.
Oh, here's another example of the internet blowing up at something.
Yeah.
HBO's The Sopranos, the final episode's ending scene. Tony Soprano walks out and it cuts to black. Everyone exploded, or at least the fans anyway. Did he live? Did he die? Who knows? All evidence pointed towards he lived, but people were debating until this year, since 2007, so 7 years. 7 years people arguing on the internet. This year the creators say, he lived! End of story! Stop asking us! We're tired!
We're tired!
God, I hope Naruto ends on an open ending so we can just debate this for decades.
If it ends on an open ending and the choice is to whether to take the movie canon or not, I might as well just not make it canon.
Yeah, yeah. If we sound like just dumb NaruSaku fans who are just doing that, maybe we a little bit are. But at the same time, just everything we're a little ticked off by this movie. Just remember that.
Okay, yes, we NaruSaku fans have a bias, but guess what? So do all of you, Naruhina listeners. So do all of you. So here's the thing: you guys were crying canon every fucking time Hinata made a scene. Every fucking time, no matter what it was, you guys were screaming canon.
Mm-hmm.
And it hasn't and you were proven wrong then. Well, guess what? You could be proven wrong one last time. Naruto, the last time you were going to be tricked. The last ass pull, Naruto. The last fucking time we were going to discuss the pairing wars.
Hopefully, at least they do another movie.
Okay.
Like the anime's still going though.
I mean, my complete prediction about this is that little details aside, that what's going to happen is that NaruSaku is going to become canon in the manga, and then this movie is going to explain why Naruhina did not happen and what was the answer to Naruhina not becoming canon.
Yeah.
See, like this may be because I'm a NaruSaku fan, but that makes more sense than Naruhina happening. I'm sorry, like I told you, I've been having this neutral stance on the series. So even like as trying to be as neutral as I could be, that makes more sense to me.
Yeah, so have I. Well,
Yeah.
I've been trying to have a more neutral stance on this because I've been really like, because if I was a straight up NaruSaku fan, I would be pissing myself angry right now. If I was a Naruhina fan, I'd be screaming canon at the top of my lungs. Yeah, I would. But as a neutral fan, it doesn't seem right. Something is not. There's too many stuff that's missing. Details are convoluted that we're probably gonna get. We're probably gonna get all the answers that we were looking for. But for now, it's what I like to call the too good to be true syndrome, and it probably is, because this isn't the first time where something looked too good to be true and we were proven wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the first Shippuden movie. Trailers all pointed to Naruto dead. Oh my god! Wait a minute, guys. Aren't you reading the manga? He's still alive! And kicking! So I don't know why you're screaming bloody murder when nothing is going to happen to him.
I actually had some Naruto fans that I was talking to that were like blowing out of their mind, like, oh my god, is Naruto and Sasuke gonna die at the end of the manga? I go, dude, they're alive in the movie. And the movie takes place 2 years after this, so obviously they're gonna be alive.
Sasuke could be a ghost.
I mean, I'm gonna kill myself again for mentioning it, but again, movie 2, Bond, hype around Sasuke, came out, only 20 minutes. That's all you got of Sasuke. And the story.
A little bit in the beginning and a little bit towards the end.
Road to Ninja, heavy Naruhina and Sasusaku worshipping, thinking that this was involving all of them and stuff like that. What happens? They were only, in the first 10 minutes? And the rest of it was all Naruto and Sakura?
Yep.
I'll still argue.
Here's another thing about the movies. Who are the two most characters that have made consistent appearances in all of them? Naruto and Sakura.
Is this a Family Feud question?
Has Sakura appeared in more movies than Kakashi?
Show me NaruSaku. Ding!
See, Kakashi's appeared in movie 1. From
movie
the
3.
beginning.
He appeared in movie 3, I know that much.
Movie 1, movie 3.
I don't think he appeared in movie 4.
Ship it in movie 1, ship it in movie 2, ship it in movie 3. Technically ship it in movie 4, though really
Yeah,
it's
the tiny...
just a brief. It's him and his adult, and then him as a kid at the end.
Mm-hmm.
A
little bit in movie 5.
Movie 5, he sort of appeared. Movie 6, obviously he definitely appeared.
Yeah.
And movie 7, he's the fucking Hokage. Yeah. Self-explanatory.
I will not let my people die.
Wait, the NaruSaku fans?
You know, I am I'm gonna be honest on this one. I believe more in Narusasu becoming canon than Naruhina.
I'll actually agree on that too.
I know I have apologized to the Naruhina fans like 5 times already, but I'm going to apologize again by agreeing with James Cassidy.
Hey, it'd be the first gay couple in a shonen manga. The
I
first
know.
truly known being the key word.
You know, here's my thing though. When it comes to the last, here's the thing we haven't got so far. We haven't seen anything regarding Tsunade. Nothing regarding my guy, which I don't want to say he's dead, But again, we have
Glory
like,
hole.
yeah.
Team Taka has not been known what their thing is.
Nothing on the
Orochimaru.
Yeah. So there's a lot of missing elements that we have no clue what's happening.
At least we know Hinata's in the movie, right?
At least we know Hinata's in the movie, right? Shut up.
Hinata. Let's see. Hinata, Gaara,
Hinata is
Tenten,
the movie.
Rock Lee, Sai, Sasuke. Then they
I
ruined.
can imagine this. It's like the next thing we get, Neji Hyuga characters. I'm like, what? I thought this fool was dead.
Yes. And special appearance by Obito, huh?
What?
And they all come in like in a.
I don't know why we're doing
show.
here either. We were just told to come in today.
And Jiraiya. Let's not forget about him.
And don't forget about Zombies though. And
Oh,
Haku.
come on. I was in the middle of a good heaven. I was surrounded by titties. You guys suck. What the hell happened to my hand?
Why did it grow back when I came back?
Oh, you guys suck.
I was finally getting it on with Tsunade. Then
In my dream,
just-
at least.
I was in a threesome with Dan and Tsunade. And I have to be brought back to this?
Then Ring comes back like, oh, okay, so now...
She's like the most random. Like,
She sees Kakashi, she's like, you're Hokage now?
hey Kakashi, do you want to do it now?
and then don't forget Obito's there too. So it's like, oh. And Rin still
What-
has her little girl body too.
Like, I thought we already did that during the 2-year span. Wait, what? You did what now? Okay.
No, wait, like Rin asks Kakashi, and then Obito's like, "But we already did it up in heaven." Yeah, but I never really got the chance to find out how good Kakashi is. You're gonna compare him to me? Afraid so.
You still have your personality though.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious if that's exactly what happened.
That would be hilarious.
And yes, we know where there's so many details we have yet to cover, but there's so many details that we cannot cover. We'll be here for hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Covering every little detail, every little scrap of evidence. But I will say this, don't believe everything you read, okay? It's been going on and happened a lot lately. Because like a lot of people are saying like, oh look, here's Kishimoto's word about pairings. And he's like, oh, and it says in the Facebook, it says like, oh, NaruSaku and Sasasuke are not canon. It never was going to happen that way. Naruhina was always the intended plot. Hello, Kishimoto does not own a computer, nor does he go on Facebook, especially not the American Facebook.
Nope.
Nope.
And if that was the
For
case,
that matter,
then why
how the hell does he? For that matter, how the hell does he own an English-made keyboard? Or does he even understand English?
Editors. That's the... I don't know. No, that's going too far, but you know what I mean.
Hey, James. You know how you often talk how like a good message for Naruto will be like you always wish that Naruto could how they deal with Sasuke's situation. He'll get a message how he wins, but he doesn't get what he wants in the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I was thinking, because of that 5% that I'm thinking Naruto will happen, because it's been proven that Naruto doesn't become Hokage in 2 years. So I'm like, well, maybe he doesn't get what he wants. Maybe he doesn't get to become Hokage. Maybe he doesn't get to have Sasuke come back. Maybe he doesn't get with the girl he wants. Maybe that's the message right there, that you don't always get what you want, but you still win, sort of. And then...
Still win what?
Right?
He could get with, he could get with Hinata. Sasuke is still alive, and Kakashi's Hokage. I'm just saying that could be the logic in why Kishimoto will end it like that.
But that's not winning whatsoever.
Nope.
No.
Oh.
But one, we know that Sasuke lives and comes back and changes. We just saw this happen.
Uh-huh.
You know, so he wins that, but everything else, he's just not gonna win it. He's just gonna lose it.
I guess.
He's not going to become Hokage. He's not going to get the girl he wants. He has to settle for the other girl because he can't have his original girl, which that's a terrible love relationship right there.
Oh yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
can't have Sakura, so I'm just going to go with Hinata because she's the only one left. Yeah, good job. So good job, Naruhina fans. You'll be divorced in 6 months.
Yeah.
That's just a thought I was thinking. Because I feel like that would be the logic if it does happen. Like that was his logic. That was his reasoning if that does happen. Which I don't think it will happen.
Yeah.
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 Okay, if Naruhina is based off that, the relationship will last less than Lindsay Lohan's rehab. And that's saying something.
Oh yeah.
Okay? And Naruhina fans, we're not saying this because I know you're listening. I know who you are that's listening. You know, Jam, one of you. We're not saying this because we hate Hinata, we hate Naruhina. No. In fact, we probably would support Naruhina if the manga supported it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We would have.
Yeah.
Even if we liked NaruSaku better, because, you know, like I told stories about my Fruits Basket thing. I was a very Toru Yuki supporter, but I knew that Toru and Kiyo were going to end up together because that was initially what was promised. You could tell it. The signs were pretty much obvious. I'm never going to sit here and say that that wasn't never a possibility. But I'm saying this for Naruhina because, you know, for 700 chapters, you have Naruto basically saying over and over again, I'm in love with Sakura. I'm in love with Sakura. I want to keep my promises. I want to do this. I want to do that. He says that over and over again. To have Naruhina canon at this point in time, you're basically making Naruto give up. And Naruto is not a character to give up.
Nope.
Like, and we're saying this not as just NaruSaku fans. We're saying this as Naruto fans. Like me and Cassidy just said that we're trying to see this as neutral as possible. And even then, we can't imagine Naruhina being canon in the end of this.
Yeah, there'll always be a little bit bias in us, but I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to look at all possibilities. The problem is you all need to work with me as well. I don't mind debating with all of you, but if you're just going to sit here and plug your ears and say, Naruhina's canon, you're just pissed off, that's not debating with me.
Yeah.
That's not. You're just closing your eyes and shutting your ears.
Straight up denial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's even more biased than I'm being right now.
Yeah.
La 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 la, I am right and you are wrong. La 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 la
Yeah,
la.
that's basically what it is. So I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying so hard to be fair and look at every little detail, but it's those little details that are not making any sense.
Yeah.
Nothing is making any sense, and it's ridiculous to sit here and think that Naruhina could happen when for 2 years, 3 years, and maybe even 4 years is a combined thing where nothing happens. You're gonna tell me that a relationship happens when a relationship is going to occur when nothing happens between them? Come on. That's Twilight level. No, that's worse than Twilight level writing. That's worse than Twilight level writing. And Twilight's bad. At least Twilight has some, you know, has some development and stuff like that.
Even if it's terrible, it's terrible development, it's still development.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have interactions. They actually talk to each other.
Yeah.
That's why I have a hard time Naruhina happening, because we never see them talk. Like, except for that one moment in part 1. That one moment. That was it. We have never seen them talk outside of battles or something.
Remember that one memory of that one time during that one winter when you gave me that one scarf that you no longer wear anymore?
Yes.
No.
What scarf?
No, I don't. Can you refresh my memory?
Remember when you saved me from those bullies? No.
And I know what you Naruhina fans are gonna do. If Naruhina does not become canon in this movie, I know exactly what you're all gonna do. You're gonna call Naruto a scumbag. You are. You're gonna hate Naruto for the rest of your life. You're gonna think he's a scumbag because he didn't get with Hinata. But that was your fault.
Yeah.
Because you don't care about Naruto. Remember, Naruto is the main character. If this was a shoujo and Hinata was the main character, then yes, I would be rooting for her. Yes, I would be saying that, yes, she should get what she wanted. But it's not a shoujo, and she's not the main character. Even though this movie pretends she is.
Yeah.
Or even SP pretends she is. I don't even see Narahina in this commercials anymore. I just see Hinata. Hinata's love, Hinata's regrets, Hinata's this, Hinata's everything. That's all I've seen in these trailers.
Well, to be fair, maybe in this movie they'll actually give her more depth outside of Naruto, even though that's what the advertising is focusing on. Maybe in the movie they'll expand on.
I've been asking for more depth throughout the whole entire series. I practically given up.
I have to. I'll be honest. And I mean, if anything with Hinata's stuff. It's the same thing with what I want to say, but it's probably going to be like a resolution to her feelings and maybe her moving on. But I don't know. I just gotta watch the movie and see for myself and figure out what happens.
I don't even care about the movie. I just want the final chapter.
Right.
I don't care much about the movie either.
Right now, basically because Kishimoto says you don't really have to watch this movie to understand the story of Naruto, then this movie's optional. I don't even have to watch it.
Yeah. And really, canon could be anything, so, yeah.
Which, by the way, which makes me even more skeptical about Narahina not becoming canon in the movie. Because if the movie's not important, if you don't have to see the movie to understand the ending of Naruto, then all the Hinata stuff is not important, at least according to the manga.
In comparison to the manga.
Yeah. Because none of that stuff shows up in the manga. Why? But it shows up in the movie. Maybe because the movie's not that important. It's only filler. In the literal sense of it's filling in spaces that were ignored.
Yeah, it's not filler in the sense it's not canon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my sense. That's why I'm not taking the film too seriously. And really, any people who are worried or overexcited for this movie, don't take it too serious. That's my one advice.
Yeah. And how ridiculous would it be if NaruSaku was canon in the manga, but in this movie it was Narahina?
Well, what if this is his way of making them both canon, like one in an alternate universe and one in the main universe?
Well, I did bring that up. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, well, since the Narahina fans when most of the Narahina fans only like to watch the anime anyway, why don't you make Narahina canon in the anime and NaruSaku canon in the manga? This way, everybody wins.
Yeah.
Well, it won't work for me because I like the anime more than the manga. But, yeah.
You traitorous bastard!
I'm sorry.
You traitorous swine!
It's true. The only reason why
Off with his head!
I'm sorry.
Execution initiated.
Bring out the brainwashing chair. Mangeshi Sharingan. I love the manga more than the anime. What the hell, man? You can't let him have an opinion? No, I can't.
Okay. What was I saying?
You were saying I'm sexy and you wish you were me.
Oh, well, you are pretty sexy. I do wish I was you all the time, actually.
My Mangeshi Sharingan worked.
You're what?
Nothing.
Just a little secret with. Yeah.
So yeah.
You heard nothing.
Yeah. I'm really getting sick of the pairing wars now, so I'm glad this is all coming to an end.
Yeah.
And then the internet will explode.
Well, if the internet explodes, the internet explodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
And me and Steve will be partying with everybody else who wants to join us.
But even if it's, will you still party if NaruSaku does not happen?
It's
No,
not going
I'll
to
be
happen? How can it not happen?
Yeah, how can it?
Yeah.
Let's be
Well,
realistic on that one. How can it not
I'll-
happen?
Yeah. Like,
Fine,
I'll party.
if we want to play the what if game, then we'll play the what if game. I'll be traveling down to where James's live and cut down the rope that he hung himself from.
If we're gonna play the what if game, I'm gonna take a flight to Japan, go to Kishimoto, and force him to rewrite the whole damn story.
Oh yeah,
I don't even care if it takes another 15 years.
he's gonna
Just
redo the whole damn thing.
Just for you, and make sure to add less Sasuke.
And at the beginning of that chapter, actually what will happen is, like, you'll see Naruhito canon in the manga or whatever, and then I'm gonna go back to Kishimoto, and all of a sudden he's gonna write a new here's the new Naruto chapters. Naruto wakes up after the fight with Sasuke, and it's like, huh, that was all a dream. That was really weird. All right, where's Sakura?
That will be the best ending to a manga of all time. I just want to say, either way, I'll probably celebrate because the pairing wars will be over. I'm like, yes, no more stupid fans saying stupid things anymore. Oh, it's over.
Except if we have another Harry Potter war on our hands.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Kishimoto
Like,
comes
imagine-
out of nowhere. Now that I think about it, Naruto and Hinata would have made a better couple.
I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go again.
It's like World War II, return to the battle. I don't know, something.
Pairing Wars 2, Judgment Day. Fuck.
I'm a film major, and I was always tempted to document this whole pairing thing, but I realized this will only be, like, the only audience for the film will be anime fans.
But you couldn't do our skit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the Frankenstein thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
You guys like that?
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That hit me the day before. I was like, "Oh, we got to do this." So I called Steve up. I was like, "Dude, we got to do this." He goes, "All right, but we got to do it Sunday." I'm like, "Fuck, all right." So we
But
did all the.
it's because I had a very good reason for doing it. And besides,
you
I
dying?
wasn't even supposed to show up on the podcast. But then I come home at like midnight from wherever I was, and I found out, oh, he wanted me on the podcast all along.
The one time,
The
Mister,
one time,
Mister, call me anytime. I'm always here to be on the podcast. And the one time I need you, you're not here.
Right?
Yeah, the one time I'm not expected on, I'm called to get on. And I've been telling James someone needs to flash animate that, because I can just picture it in my head. I'm grotesque and green, and he's in a white lab coat with rubber gloves.
Look like
I don't know.
Dexter from Dexter's Lab.
I just pictured this like everything is dark and you just see just like a lamp turned on and then like you guys just trying to bring Manga Reader back to life. That's what I pictured. I was like, God.
Well, I'm glad it was a success. It was really hard to edit, actually editing it.
Yeah.
I had to find a lot of sound effects.
Oh.
Well, it was worth it. That was probably the best podcast.
Yeah.
Like the flip switch.
Yeah.
You know the flip. This you hear like Steve like flip the switch. Like,
Yeah.
That's actually the sound of my door slamming, and I had to go through and edit it to make it sound metallic and stuff like that.
Hope you're paying attention, listeners. This is an exclusive behind-the-scenes making of NaruSaku, the podcast.
Yeah, all the other sound effects I didn't make. I had to find them, but
Yeah.
The only thing about that skit that wasn't improvised was the quit monologuing. I didn't know that he actually wanted me. He actually whispered to me, quit monologuing. And then there was a pause so that he could edit that out. And then I said, quit monologuing.
hey, quit monologuing. Actually, technically, it was improvised because I just thought about that right then and there. I was like, this would be funny. Quit monologuing. Quit monologuing.
You have to do something special for the last two podcasts next week.
I don't know. What do you guys want me to do?
That's a good question.
Well, it really depends how the manga ends, really.
I think what everyone who listens to this podcast would like is to see our faces, but we don't have the Well, okay, we do have the software to capture our faces, but it's just not that good. Works 15 seconds and then that's it. Plus, we need someone who pays for.
There's another way to do it.
Oh yeah, the live stream Google.
Yeah.
Google on Google Plus.
I don't do that.
I didn't mean Google Plus. We could just do the stream TV thing.
Mm.
Well, you guys won't see your faces, but you'll see mine. And my messy room.
At least they won't see my messy room.
Oh, people already know how my room is.
Right.
Yeah.
So we pretty much like discussed the movie to death.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's so much more information that we could cover, but
It's all like speculation at this point.
Well, not even not only that, but there's just so information to cover that if we were to do it, we'd be spending like 4 hours doing this. I mean, we're already running on an extra hour just talking about all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I did get the question from 4Live, or if anybody else has questions.
No.
No.
Not this time. I don't have.
All right, so you want to do the 4Live question, then that's it? We'll end it there?
Sure.
The one for life question that he left behind.
Yeah, I don't even remember it.
You wrote it down here. It says, he asks, what makes you think or give you the idea that NS isn't happening in the movie?
Can I answer first?
Go for it.
Okay. The reason why it's how it's advertised. They're clearly making it seem like Kishimoto even directly said it's going to be a love story, and that we're getting nothing but Hinata. We're not even essentially getting Naruto and Hinata. We're just getting Hinata, who has a crush on Naruto. So that's why we're thinking it's going to be not NS, which is not illogical at all. And like I said, that may be the case. But it's just once you actually read everything, like you actually see this in a more neutral light, you can tell there's something fishy going on. Like they're hiding something, especially because Sakura and Naruto sketches and stuff are often shown together, and she still builds second, and they're kind of avoiding Sakura, like they did with Roach Ninja. So there's something fishy going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, it could be Naruto, Hinata, X, whatever, love. But yeah, that's the reason. It's just how it's advertised.
I think that pretty much answers it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sums up all our opinions.
As I say, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just want to bring up that this is not the first time this has happened,
Nope.
but it is the last.
Zing!
Ding.
Crash.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Naruto.
NaruSaku.
No, we need a Mr. Krabs just at the theater, just being like, all right, gotta get all of
Money.
That was kind of funny in the primordial thing where they had a little crash. He goes, money, 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 money. He runs across.
I could just picture this right now. It's like just him. He's like, I knew the Naruhina fans would get trolled if I did all this advertising.
So,
There's nothing for any of you guys have to add to my answer or to his question?
Nope.
Nope.
I still have a big surprise for you, Naruhina fans, on the final episode. So, I got a plan. So, but
You'll just have to wait and see.
yeah. Well, I'm trying to think how I want to end this one. Because I Well, I guess we could just like sign out now, because there's nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, thanks for the lovely comments that I've been getting on my videos.
Yep.
I've been getting comments like "Shut up, asshole," "Fuck you," "You're just an upset NaruSaku fan." So thank you for the comments. I appreciate them. Thank you for the views, by the way. You're bringing in money for me. So
Thank you for the subscriptions too.
yeah. So thank you for making me a profit. You know. So yeah, you could say whatever you want on this song. Son, you're a NaruSaku fact. Don't forget Rich.
I'm a rich NaruSaku fan.
Yeah. And where did all my richness come from?
You guys.
Well, yeah, then.
I have enough money to grow my own facial hair.
How you doing?
I'm James S. Cassidy.
I'm LK and I'm JH, also known as Steve.
I'm Lucky Cheese 7, signing off until next week, which I don't know how I'm going to handle that.
And I'm Transformers 03, and just to leave you off of an optimistic note, I just want to say this is just a fictional pairing. You go wake up in the morning, and you'll be fine if your O2B does not happen.
Saying, "This is gospel for the fallen ones, locked away in permanent slumber, assembling their philosophies from pieces of broken memories.
I'm moving.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. This is the beat of my heart. This is the beat of my heart. The gnashing teeth and criminal tongues conspire against the odds, but they haven't seen the best of us yet.
If you love me